check out this dope shit, man.
Pay is another guy, we getting paid. Another day, another dollar living in the bay. Hustling for my fetty, trying to plan my escape. I ain't staying in the matrix where they trying to get my papers. Pay is another guy, we getting paid. Another day, another dollar living in the bay. Hustling for my fetty, trying to plan my escape. I ain't staying in the matrix where they trying to get my papers.
Hi. Hello. You guys can hear me all right? You're supposed to be hearing me all right. YouTube is not having a great day today. Or it's my fault. I can't see... Are you guys even chatting? Because I can't see... Shh. So I'm going to my own stream. Am I live? I'm... Oh, God. Thank God. Okay, it's working. Oh. Because YouTube has been an ass. Talking about that my bitrate isn't right. I use the exact same setting as always. But... So. Hello. Trent, good to see you. Good to see you. DaVinci was like rendering videos, and I think that was a bit too much to handle because I thought maybe I can stream next to my computer rendering videos because that doesn't use any internet, was my thought. But apparently my computer doesn't like me doing that, so that's fine. Cups of tea. On both streams. Wait, what? There are 2 streams? Oh, there are 2 streams. No. That's not right. That's why it probably was struggling so much. Okay, that wasn't right. I think I accidentally put it on the same date. I'll make a new one. That's for Sunday, not today. I didn't know that that was even possible. Huh. Sunday the 14th. Huh. Well, you should be fine now. Weird. My fault then. That's why it was probably struggling so much. Well, anyway, we're here and it works, and no stream is ever a stream without technical difficulties, as usual. And I'm trying, because I don't know if you guys, if you have an own YouTube channel, you have this YouTube Studio app, which is a direct app to look at your analytics. And I'm trying to not look at my analytics for like 6 times a day. But I gain like a subscriber, let's say every morning, like 1 or 2 a day, which is bizarre to me. Because I had like the goal of 400 subscribers at the end of this year. But if we keep going in this pace... And I bought my PlayStation 3! You guys want to see it? I mean, I haven't... I tested it at a guy's house who I bought it from. It's like freaking heavy. I mirror it, but you gotta... Call of Duty Ghost Recon is in it. I got a few games with it as well. So the important thing to me was that there was no crusty, dusty controllers. But these look great. Look at them. Look at the state of these. I'm really lucky from who I bought it from. Like, I won't say they look brand new, but like the charging hole as well is really nice and clean. And you can see, like, normally my old PlayStation would have like these skid marks under the joystick from overusing it, that at some point it would just break off. But these are very solid still. I like it. And they haven't even changed if you put it next to the PlayStation 2 controller. They haven't changed that much. I think it's the same size as well. Maybe it's because of the color that it looks like slightly larger. No. Oh, it's a little bit slimmer. It's like less, it's like a slimmer version, but honestly, I don't think you feel that. It's lighter, it's way lighter. That's for sure. Well, at least not that I could see when he was booting up the PlayStation 3. So I don't think I never had issues with these having Joy-Con drift. My Switch did. Almost like punched a hole in my iPad. I did have Joy-Con drift on my Switch, but I think I sent it to the... You could send it away and then they would make it for free. Ooh, yeah. I was reading your chat. I now just start reading it. It's nice to have you here. Yeah, I'm rendering the slime videos, so I have some new videos up because I do that, like I said, I do them in batches, like I told you guys. So I was doing my next batch. So I was uploading until episode 18 is coming up now. We got Assassin's Creed 2, which I really like. That's a good one. I like this one. I didn't even take a look at the actual CDs, but it was too cheap to wonder about the CDs. Pez, I'm not playing that. I'm just keeping it, I guess. Give it away at some kid. I like Guitar Hero. I don't have the guitars for it, but maybe if I find like not too expensive guitars, I'll play. Because I played a lot of Guitar Hero back in the day. Like, a lot. We also got Fear, which I don't know what Fear is. I don't know what it is. Fear the game. No, it's not my first PlayStation 3. I had one when I was younger. I had one. I think my first console was a PlayStation 2. And then we had a PlayStation 3 Slim for a long time. I think that was the console I had the longest of all of them. And then I bought a PlayStation 4 for myself just before I moved out. I had Guitar Hero on the Wii because we had a Wii. We had a Wii growing up. And a PlayStation 3. And I bought a PlayStation 4 just before I moved out, which was then about 5 years ago now. 6. As a like a present to me for myself for getting my bachelor's degree. Which was then the PlayStation 4 Pro. I bought that one, but I wasn't very happy with it. Also, the PlayStation Store being very expensive, having to buy like the monthly stuff. But I don't know this game. Excuse me, what? Gotta read the back half of this. Alma is expecting a new level of terror grows as you and your cannibal brother battle through a hellish nightmare. Fight together or die alone on a deadly mission to confront Alma and discover if blood runs deeper than fear. Cannibal brother. What in the hell? What in the hells? Cannibal brother. Oh, we still have the code. For like 6 cards and shit. Oh, there's like actual online play. This is where the booklets start to get boring. 4 pages. PlayStation 2 was the golden era of booklets. Anyway, those are the 5 games that I got with it. There's none I really look forward to play as only Assassin's Creed. I like that one. I have very fond memories of it. But yeah, I bought that one. I reacted to some dude on like Dutch Craigslist. It's not Craigslist, but like Marketplace for like 25 bucks. So I could buy the Sly trilogy because these are. I'm very surprised that they are still very expensive. The sealed games go for like 50 euros a piece. Which obviously I'm not going to pay, to be fair. So you have, I saw this one. I can show you. It's like the trilogy and it's like Sly 4, Thieves in Time. Still sealed. 50 euros excluding shipping. And you can bid less. But they're still sealed, so... But I'm not planning on keeping them sealed, so... Why would I buy sealed ones? I mean, I would buy sealed ones if I'm planning on keeping them sealed, but I'm not that type of collector. I'm not the type of person who keeps stuff sealed, so... Cause, still sealed. Yeah. 50 euros a piece. So that would be 100 bucks for 2 games. I bought this PlayStation 3. I think he was like 35 or something. He had like a little daughter. Age or I think she was like 5 or 6. And she opened the door and he was like in his 30s, a little bit older than I am. And it was really funny because he saw me and he was like, this is the games that come with it. This is a football game. This is a scary game. And I was like, I know. And then he slowly realized that I actually knew what I was talking about. I was like, this is why I wanted to buy one from you, because I thought it was really important that I got the original controllers. I don't want any Aldi shit, like those $10 controllers. I don't want that. I want the original stuff, with cables and everything. So I got a really good deal, because I found one which was with the box and the booklets and everything still, and he wanted $70 for it, and it was excluding games and one controller. I indeed collect to play, and obviously it's probably a lot more worth in the future, if you would like keep them forever, like until I'm like 60 and then sell them. But I don't know. I can't enjoy sealed games, you know. I can buy them twice, opened and unopened, sealed. I don't know. I'm not very hard on buying stuff sealed, and my collections aren't that big as well. We have like a piece like 12 or something PlayStation 2 games, and I have like 10 DS games, and like I think, and it's the same because I always buy like Switch games, for example. Switch games are incredibly expensive. It's so stupid. Because the game console itself isn't that expensive. It's like $300 at this point. But the games are so incredibly expensive. And they don't even get that much sale. I mean, if you can... Mario or a good Zelda game is already... I paid 70 euros. 70 euros for the new Zelda game. 70! And I mean... I'm fine with it. I'm prepared to pay that price because I get like 300 hours of gameplay out of it. Don't get me wrong. I'm more than fair with that price. But imagine, like, there's a lot of kids with a Switch. I know there's like tons of indie games that you can buy in the store, and there's like a lot of... But they're still very expensive, and they keep their value as well. The console itself doesn't keep its value, but... I gave it away, by the way, to a daughter of a colleague of mine. She really wanted it. She saw us like having a chat on Teams, and she saw I liked it, and I was like, I couldn't resist not giving it to her. So the rainbow pig has a new owner, but I think I make the new owner very happy with the rainbow pig, more than I am, because I already have 6. And because I buy, that's what I want to tell, I buy the AAA Nintendo Switch games physical. So I have Zelda physical, all the Mario games are physical, all the Pokemon games are physical, because they keep their value. And the idea was that if I'm done with the game, I sell it. I don't sell anything. I don't sell it. I will never do that. You can borrow it. I'm fine with that. But be very careful with my shit, because I'm very, very... I like my stuff neatly and, you know, in their cases. So I like people to be careful with it, because they're very expensive. Like how some people are with their books, I'm with my games. I don't resell them. I don't do it. I don't have the heart. I'm looking at the box, and I'm like, I have so many memories in this game. Like Zelda, Breath of the Wild as well. So many memories of collecting all the horses and shit. And I'm like, I can't. Even Pokemon, I'm so completely done with Pokemon. I can spend a whole video about that. I'm so done with Pokemon as well. But I can't. I still have Pokemon Home. I pay for Pokemon Home every single year. $20 every single year. Because I can't get rid of my Pokemon. I can't do it. I feel so bad. The poor guys. They're like from Pokemon Sun as well. They're very old. I don't even know if I can get into it. I log in like twice a day or something. Twice a year. Oh, I probably have to log in. I still have to agree to the terms of use, so that's how long I didn't use this app. Yeah. Oh god. Okay. Well, I wanted to show you guys my Pokemon home. I have to like log in and everything, so I'm not doing that here. Yeah, 1-2 Switch was very expensive as well. Why? Why? Happy Thursday, Demon. Demo. Sorry. Happy Thursday. Welcome. My Pokemon game. My first Pokemon game was Pokemon Fire Red, and I still have it. I showed you guys once, right? That I still have it? The original Pokemon Fire Red that I played as a kid? Still not sealed, obviously. I showed you guys last time, like all my stuff. I have my DS lights laying here somewhere. But it's in there. Because it's in my DS light. It was my Pokemon game. I even catched a shiny Pidgeot. Pidgeotto. Pidgey. I caught a shiny Pidgey in Fire Red. You know how hard that is? Do you know how hard it is to find a shiny in those old games? It was pure luck though. But I haven't erased the save file. I know that for a reason. Because I couldn't get my heart over it to erase a save file with a shiny in it. Not cool where it is though. Hey. Got it. Oh, silver and the original red. Look, I even have. Look, this is how good I took care of my shit. I still have it with the original stylus. Hmm? Would it have battery lives? Oh, you mean my favorite? You hear that? Oh, I can't bring you guys closer, sorry. Sorry, this is a very bad angle to look at me. I promise I'm prettier from far away. I mean, it's mirrored, but you get the does it? Anyway, it says my name, obviously. And then it says 44 hours and 23 minutes. Okay, he has to color correct itself for a moment. It'll go back to normal in a minute. I have a 77 Pokedex and 8 badges. Oh, it's so tiny as well. How do we look at this tiny screens? Played lots of games at the Rocket City. Okay, I'll go show you guys my party. Wait, I'll turn myself around so you can actually read. Because this is how I look like. This is the angle. Obviously. This doesn't surprise me at all. Nothing. Okay, here it comes. Maybe you can guess. You guys should guess at the cry. You know that one? You know this? Who's this? Can we... I show you. It's my favorite. It's my favorite. That's the hint. I got it tattooed on my body. That's how favorite it is. I think I can do it again. Oh, it's cutting out? Oh. Did you hear that? Probably you don't. It doesn't pick it up. Of course. I want to show you, like, properly. And this is when I actually probably knew a little bit how to play, you know? I have no clue how I caught him. Man, a cerulean cave at level 70. I just caught him. Needle King is such a cool one as well. So I have you two. And Dragonite! Oh, even I'm Articuno. Oh. So when I first play Pokemon, I have also no idea how I'm supposed to stream this to the screen. When I first played Pokemon, I think my whole team was just fire type Pokemon. Because that's my favorite. Yeah, well, I like Nidoking. I just like him. I like him. I like him a lot. I wouldn't choose him as quickly in a team right now, but I do have to say, because I've been playing Pokemon Violet because I want to finish the story. The stats dramatically changed through the years, so I wouldn't like a Dragonite. If you have Dragonite in Pokemon Fire Red, it's basically playing God. The same with Mewtwo as well, right? It's like when you caught a dragon type in Pokemon Fire Red, you were the shit. You were the shit. Yeah? Because at that time, having a dragon type actually meant something, you know? At that time, it didn't. At least, you know, it made me feel good. But right now, if you have like 6 Dragonites, what are you gonna do? We have fairy types. Oh yeah? Yeah, I have no idea how to play the card game though. That's a whole different story. But look at the tiny screen. It's so. And now I want to play. I don't. But this was my first one, and I think if I had to choose my favorite, but that's purely because of nostalgic, it would be this one. But I do really like Black and White as well. I also really like Ruby. I have Omega Ruby from the DS, which I really liked. I like Omega Ruby. Ruby's a fun one as well. And after that, I think I had Sun and Moon, which was really good. I liked Sun and Moon. I very IV trained all of my Pokemon. It's ridiculous. It was like fucking stupid. And after that, I don't know. I think then from there on, it went downhill for me personally. Yeah, I think I had to give up. Hi, Waz. How are you? By the way, sorry, guys. I saw you, but I didn't say hi. I was so worked up about my Pokemon. Ooh, the music. It was really hard to get a Tratini. But I think this one would be like, because of, obviously, because I have such fond memories of it. And I think I broke it. Yeah. It crashed. But this DS is like as old as I am. (2006). Not as old as Sly, but pretty old. I do play. I IV trained, yes, I did. Very, very avidly. Like, a lot. Like at some point, you had like in Sun and Moon, you had like these SOS battles, which you could indefinitely, like if you get a Pokemon on a low enough health, they would call backup, which were those SOS battles. So if you keep one Pokemon on a very low level, they would keep calling another Pokemon next to it, which would change it to a dual battle. And if you keep killing the second Pokemon, what eventually happens after like, I think it was like after 60 times of doing that, the IV will get better. So at some point you would, what I did, I SOS battled Dittos to the death. So I had one Ditto on like 1 HP, and that was like a whole strategic with special trained Pokemon with certain move sets and certain abilities and stuff. Worked it all out. Keep that one on 1 HP. He keeps calling in a buddy. You kill that buddy like 60 times, and then you catch that buddy, because that's a 5 IV Ditto. And then when I did that, I bred every single Pokemon I had with that Ditto. That was a Game Boy though. But my Game Boy Advance doesn't work. Well, it does work, but I don't trust myself with pulling this out and putting it in my Game Boy Advance. I don't trust myself with that, but I do have a Game Boy. It's also not in the greatest state of things. But I remember this, my mom buying this secondhand for us. It's missing the back as well. My mom buying this secondhand for us. It came with a case. I was very young. My mom and dad never got the whole gaming thing, I think. But she avidly watches my stream. So if she's here, hi mom! She avidly watches my stream. She doesn't react. She just lurks in the shadows. But that's fine. But I remember buying this secondhand and had like a case and everything. I'm still happy that I kept it. Maybe someday I'll find a back thing for it. Because I know that this didn't came with the original backlit. I'm good, thanks. How are you? How's your weekend been until now? I had a very good work day. I worked at home, so I've been sitting here in this exact chair for the whole day, and I'm very impressed with myself that I actually got 7 hours of work done, which is normally not the case when I work at home. Most of the time you click on the blue logo, you know, Steam, and then you work at home. As you can see, I'm very good at subtly winking. Wait, what? You broke your OG red and black one and then bought a Nerf case that would hold the screen in place like your Game Boy or the game itself? Well, it's a real one, I can tell you that. It works as well. If you put batteries in it, it works. But it's not in the best of states. And maybe because it has like residue of like tape and stuff for keeping the batteries in it. Maybe you have to clean it out. The rest is not too bad. I think like the hole here where the light would go in, you know, that's not too great anymore. And the screen is a shit as well. Oh, the things on the DS snapped? Oh! Yeah, I was pretty careful with mine, to be fair. Doesn't have a thing to put it in, but... I think more DSs had the same problem, that they would, like, break. And then after... You guys remember the 3DS? Like the 3D one? I have one, bought it secondhand as well for a while, and then I got nauseous off of it. So I bought this one. I don't know, guys, if you guys seen this one. Ever. It's a 2DS. But a 3DS, but a 2DS. And it came out in white and yellow, or orange as well. Fair enough. Also, this comes as well with the original stylus. But this one's really tiny. I don't know why, but it's a really tiny one. Well, look at the tiny thing. Look. How am I supposed to do anything with my big grown-up hands? Anyway, I didn't use it. But this one I bring on vacation still. Because it has a very good battery life. My Switch doesn't. Like 3 hours max, then it's done. Okay, it's still a game in it. If I had to guess. Oh yeah, I showed you guys Fantasy Life. It's an RPG based game. That's really fun. I can recommend it. Yeah, I think it came out after the 3DS because so many people got like nauseous from the 3D effect. You could turn it off, obviously. There was like a switch on it, I remember that. It might as well be Monster Hunter. Because that one's in my Switch. Because I love Monster Hunter. You guys want to see what I got? I have a very nice neighbor. And he's like our age. And he likes collect stuff as well. But he got rid of stuff. Because he collects too much. And I got something. Because I'm an avid Monster Hunter fan. And I don't buy collectibles. Because I find them too expensive. You want to see my collection? If you can name these, we can be friends. We are already friends, but then we can be best friends. Give me a minute, I got another one. Oh no, he lost his wing. He lost his feetsies. He lost his feet, which is a problem. You know this bad boy? I bought these off AliExpress because I'm too cheap ass to buy the real one. They come in like 5 for like 30 bucks, and then you get like a random 5, you know? That wing is not right. Sorry, guy, I gotta do a little. It's a rocket powered great monster. You know that one? The rocket powered one? It's Valstrax. It's Valstrax. He's really cool. Monster Hunter has a lot of monsters, so don't worry if you don't know them all. This is a deviant. So a deviant is a rare, it's not even a subspecies. So you have like monsters and you have like subspecies. So let's say a Diablo. So you have like the subspecies Black Diablos. This is I'm going into a rant right now. I will warn you. Wee woo, wee woo. So you also have deviants. So deviants are like monsters with a specific backstory, which is probably linked to the game, you know. So this is, I don't know, I think it's the Silverwing Nargacuga. I gotta check that. But Nargacugas, this is a Nargacuga, it's really cool. It's like a stealthy cat-like. Normally it's completely black. So it's like a stealth, and he has like spikes for his tails, which he shoots out, like he swings his tail and shoots out. Like, it's really cool. I like it. I like it a lot. Anyway, this is the silverback one. I think it's like silver wing. Anyway, this has like silver stripes and he's like blue. And and he misses one eye. No, this one's not true. Then it's this one. This one misses an eye. Because this is a Yayan Garuga. It's based off of a chicken, so it walks like a chicken. The same as with this one, because these are like cousins from each other. He still misses his legs, but these are like cousins. They look a little bit like each other, but this is the friendly version of this one. This is the angry older brother of this one. This one shoots like, and I glued it to his face with second glue. Anyway. This is not a Yayan Garuga. This is the other one. A little bit friendlier. They have like squeaking beaks and they do that with these like flaps that they have. But this is like a special Yayan Garuga, and I don't think you can see it, but he misses like an ear on the other end. He misses an ear. And he misses an eye. So there's like a whole story of this being like an elder and shit like that. I think it was Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate when he comes out, where he's in. He had like a really cool name. Give me a second. Yayan Garuga. It's also deviant. Deadeye Yayan Garuga. That was it. He misses an eye. I can show you guys. I gotta do this very differently. Erase the rest so you don't. I can show you. So it's a Deadeye Yayan Garuga. So he misses an eye. There's like a whole backstory. One eye, remaining glad glow, similar to an enraged Nargacuga, which is the one that I show you just. Much smaller than a normal Garuga. And there's like a story to it as well. So you have then Deviant, I don't know, Deviant God. Silverwind. Okay, so it was Silver Wing, but Silver Wind. So this one's. I really like it. Loosen Nargacuga, it's based on white fur and skeleton parts of their body. So it normally is like different stats as well, so you have to prepare better for the hunt. I'm not reading chat at this point anymore, I'm just blabbering about monsters. I really want to get a Monster Hunter tattoo. And you guys knowledgeable with like Monster Hunter? Do you have like a goddamn it favorite? Rathalos is really cool as well. Okay. Now he misses his wing. This doesn't want to stick ever. This is not an Agnactor, which is like the small version of it. This is the dad. It's a lava. He lives in lava. He's really cool, and he like claps with his beak, and then makes a horrible sound, and that makes you go deaf. It's really cool. It's pretty easy to beat though. It's not the hardest monster. And then if you played Monster Hunter Rise, you'll recognize this bad boy. Because this one's still sealed though. So now you're getting an exclusive look at something that I have still sealed. I'm still, I got it, and my neighbor Maurice keeps everything sealed, and I almost feel guilty of opening something that I got from him, but I really want to open it. It's Magnamallow! Look at this big boy! He's so pretty. I really like him. He's a fun fight as well. It's really fun to fight. I main the bow, so I play Monster Hunter on easy mode. But he's a really fun fight, and he's an amiibo as well. They would be really cool if they're dangling from the ceiling. They have like really cool monsters. There's like 6,000 of them or something. I don't know, there's a lot. And they're all really cool in their own way. But I'm still missing this poor bird's legs. He's going to miss his legs for another few. Oh, here's one. I found one. I found a leg. That's one. Oh, there's the other one. Yeah, I'm ready to be crucified. I don't care. It's my stuff. Now I'm like looking at these and I was like, I want more. And I want like a glass case with them behind it. And I can talk to anyone that comes in my house about them. Like, did you know that a Yayan Garuga can fly up to... I sound like a fucking autist kid. Jesus. Anyway, you want to see my favorite monster? I want to show you guys my favorite monster. Because I want a tattoo of him. There's multiple, by the way. There's just one. I have multiple. I play Monster Hunter just for looking at the monsters and then die. That's what I do. He's really cool. And they also... You gotta... Oh, I gotta... Oh, I don't know if it's allowed. I think it's like copyright claimed. But they have the monsters have their own theme songs, and you guys have to listen to the one of Basil Geese. Because Basil Geese is a monster which is based off the idea of a fucking bombing plane. His design is based off a World War II bombing plane. I don't know the right term, but you know, one of the planes that drop bombs and shit. He's so cool! Well, they're more valuable. What I'm gonna sell them for, like 30 bucks? I'd rather keep them. I'd like to speedrun that though. Leave me alone. Jesus. Is it Aiden? That's the whole, this is whole shtick. It's really funny. I like it. You need to see him. Look at him. He's really cool as well. I really like his design. So his name is Basil Geese. I don't know how you pronounce it, but I think you pronounce it as Basil Geese? Basil Geese? And there's like a funny, you have to see this one. It's really funny. I like it. I think it's funny. I'm also a very funny person, so. He has like war flashbacks. Uncle Basil, can you tell me something about your war stories from the New World? And then they have like fucking flashbacks. But he's like based off a B-52. Exactly. So he's like, oh, that's not what I wanted. This one. So he has like these scales. So he has like these scales which he drops and then explode. So he is a B-52. I think it's funny as hell. Yeah, and he's, you gotta, I don't know if you can I do that? Is that copyright claimed? If you play the game, you hear the anthem as well. We can start up the game, then it's fine, right? Okay. Can I show you guys? I have no idea. I don't want to be banned. Can we do? I don't know. Anyway, another. We'll figure it out. This is Zinogre, and you have like Stygian Zinogre, which is the dragon one. But the original Zinogre is like a big puppy. But then, oh, that's a very tiny. It's like a big puppy. It's a doggo. But then it has lightning and goes boom. I think it's demonetization, right? Because if we play the game, we hear I'm not monetized, so and he's really cool. Look at him. So the one that I want to tattoo of is Odogoron, which is a what you call it in English? That he eats like dead animals. How do you call that? Animals that eat other dead animals that they don't kill themselves. In Russia, oh, you're fine. But he has like, this is the ebony one. So this is the, obviously the deviant, but the design is the same. So he has like double, I don't know if you can see it, but he has like double claws because he causes bleed. So he has like, he has like claws on his claws. Scavengers, thank you. Yes. He has claws on his claws. It's 2% of your audience. Oh, not too bad though. Human. Well, fair enough. I mean, we eat dead animals that we don't kill ourselves. I mean, it's a very objectively true answer. This one is so sick. I like it. It's really cool. And it's armor that you make from it, because obviously the whole gist of Monster Hunt is killing the monster, making the armor, killing the monster, making the armor, killing the monster, making the armor. And if you have better armor, killing the next monster, making the next armor, killing the next monster, making the next armor. It's very. But look at the armor for the female. I like it a lot. It's really cool. Armor. The male one is cool as well, but I mean, why would you choose the male one? Huh? So, I wouldn't do that. Oh, that's very tiny. And it's when Monster Hunter World came out, there was a lot of cosplaying of this particular armor. Obviously. I think this one's good to see. This is the oh. Like normally you would have otherwise this piece or the mouthpiece, and most of the people go for the mouthpiece because this is probably the one for the beta rank. And then you have this top, which is really cool, and it's very cool. Yeah, of course, the armor. That's where our eyes went first. We were watching an anime yesterday, and it's like solo traveling? No, solo leveling. It's a new one. And we were watching it together, and it's like based off of portals which monsters come through, and then there are hunters with bow and arrow and with swords who beat these monsters up because conventional weapons don't work. And I was like, Leo, this looks awfully a lot like Monster Hunter, the armor and stuff. And then he said, this can be an S-rank hunter, because you have like E-rank until S-rank hunters. And the S-rank hunters being obviously like the strongest. And then he was like, this can't be an S-rank hunter, because she's not naked. And she's not wearing a bikini as armor. So it's not biblically correct. And that's how I feel about female armors. You don't hear me complain. I will never choose a male character over a female character. And I also heard that their hitboxes are smaller. So if you're like playing Fortnite and you choose a female character, their hitboxes are smaller. Yeah, why would you choose a male? I mean, some male armor is in this game really cool. But anyway, that's why I rant of an hour about why I like Monster Hunter so much. It's really my favorite game. And now I'm gonna let you listen to Basil Geese's theme song. Cause why not? It's 10 minutes long. I'm not gonna do that to you. You ready? I'm gonna put it a little louder. But the first 5 seconds, you run, cause you run into like this great plateau area, and then you never, cause the first time you encounter Basil Geese is when you're doing another mission, and he's called like he infiltrates in your mission, as a B-52 does. So you're just running to that monster, which is a hard monster on its own on itself, and then you all of a sudden, out of nowhere, you hear this. And you're like, what? then he like scooches in and like drops bombs and shit, and then you're dead. It's really fun. I have very fond memories of that game. I started it up last time because they're trying to let you replay Monster Hunter because the new one's coming out in 2025, and I never can. It's so good. His fight is also really fun. Once you get the hang of it, he isn't that difficult anymore. Yeah, imagine, but you're running, and then that he just comes down, and then just destroys the living shit out of everything. And you can look up, if you guys have Spotify, if you use it, but it's probably in Apple Music as well. The whole original OST of every single monster is on Spotify, and it's really fun to just listen to them. And especially if you don't know the monster, you can like listen to the music because they're all like 10 minutes long because they're made with a full classical orchestra. They make this stuff, so it's almost. I think it's more fun to listen to than the Doom soundtrack, but as a metal fan, I prefer the Doom soundtrack if I had to choose one. But that's just because that's fucking elite music making that he did. YouTube Music, oh, it's probably in there as well. Should be right. I'm a real Spotify gal. He's back together with his feetsies. He's now complete. You stay there. Don't go anywhere. Oh, nice to take a sip of a drinkies. And turn down the volume. So you guys don't. Yeah. Well, it's probably yeah, it's there as well, with some gameplay on the background, of course, but do we have some energy still to draw? I still have to finish the Nezuko drawing that we did last week, that we started last week. This one. Oh, we still have a filter on it. Well, give me a second. It's the Sly filter. The Gamma filter. Otherwise you can't see shit, you guys. I've been working on her hair, but I wasn't very happy with it, so I'm gonna redo that. You guys have something to drink? Time for some chillings. Hi, Kevin. Good to see you again. You came in just in time. I just ended my rambling about Monster Hunter for 20 minutes straight. Then I even talked about every single monster, because I can do that. I can do that. Don't know if that's a smart idea, but how's your week been, Kevin? How are you doing? So I'm going back into prawn mode, which is not good. No. Scusi. Okay. So, I accidentally restarted it. Well, here we are. I wasn't very happy with these strokes that I did. So I've worked a little bit on her, so I did like the plants on her chest and her legs and stuff. But I don't know, I'm not sure if I keep them in this layer. Yeah, get some chill. Get some snacks, you guys. Get some healthy snacks or some unhealthy snacks. We're going into prawn mode. She has like this angular, like almost creases in her. A little bit smaller. Okay. The line work is really the hardest part to learn because that's not clean at all. You see like these line works of people who've been doing this for a while. These are very clean. But that's okay. Ooh, pumpkin seeds and beef jerky. That's like a kind of nice combination. Oh, we should have kept it there. Ooh, nice. Good job. Yeah, I haven't been going to the gym as well. I'm like, I can't be bothered this week, but it's good you say it because I'm like the same. I thought like I have to go next Monday or tomorrow or like Saturday morning because otherwise I won't be going at all. It's a waste of your money if you're not going. Do you like work out to a specific goal or like strength based, or you're more like just working out and then that's too thick. Oh. There's like hair tickling my chin. Oh. Well, now I've turned into an eggy. Well, you can ride drum kit, but you have to actually enjoy drumming, to be fair. I think I would rather go to the gym than drum. First of all, I don't have enough, like, feeling in the music to do that anyway, so. I still don't like her mouth. Great. Fair enough. Yeah, if you have like a good cable machine, you can do like basically everything. So I was thinking, I don't want to do like her demon marks in the line art. But I'm like, oh, that's ripped. Oh, and I just see that. God. Okay. I didn't know it was ripped. Well, it's good to revisit your own art then. Ooh. I don't think I want the leaves on this layer. I don't know. I don't like it. The hard rough black lines. Oh shoot. Ooh, carnival. Yeah, so you want to look good in 2 months. Gotcha. Gotcha. Good brain energy. Yeah. And free weights, if you have like a few free weights, you can do a lot as well. And I think people underestimate body weight exercises as well. Because if you really, because the sport that I do, like I told you guys that I did survival, right? Until I had this like foot problem. It's all body weight, essentially. I have to move my mass over stuff. Well, if you do that just a lot of times, it gets heavy. But I have to say that's more, how do you call that again? Like not technically strong, but like efficient. Not like efficiently as well, but like it's like strong that you use every day, you know? Because I have been deadlifting. I deadlifted at 120 kilograms, which is 250 pounds. Kgs, 2 pounds. Because I don't know shit, because it's not exactly half a kilo. It's less. Kilograms. 120 convert to 264.5 pounds. I did that once. I also weigh 10 kilograms more than I do now. So that's... But that's not like... It's fun. Don't get me wrong. I like lifting heavy stuff off of the ground. But it's in no way functional to know in daily life. Well, sometimes. But to lift like dead weight off of the ground. Not in that amount. Not like that much. So don't underestimate what kind of things you can do with your own body, because you can make that very challenging as well. Don't think you need for every exercise you need weights and shit. I mean, if you can afford it and you're in that position, do it. Oh, my kitchen murder case. Okay, and now we gotta do rerun all the line art that we did and clean up the edges, which is the most fun job of all, obviously. Yeah, body weight, yeah. It's a nice change of pace, I find, to like change body weight exercises to. I do think my body weight exercises tend to be more high interval as well. Well, I'm pretty proud of the 264 then pounds. I'm very proud of that. But don't forget, I also weigh a lot. And I'm also pretty tall, and I weigh a lot. So, I lost 10 pounds, though, the last 3 months. So, I'm very happy with that. That wasn't the goal. That was the goal to eat normally and don't have binging problems. But, next to that, I lost weight. Because if you stop binging, you stop eating that much, and you start losing weight. Which is nice. So, it wasn't about the weight, but it's a nice thing to come with it. With eating more healthily. And for me personally, the intermittent fasting really works. So I don't eat anything right now. I would love a snack. Because you guys are all snacks. But I don't eat anymore after 7 p.m. Excuse me. trying to get bigger is don't underestimate how difficult that is. Getting bigger is, I think, is more difficult. I heard people say it's more difficult to get bigger than to lose weight. It is a very simple thing of calories in, calories out. But if you keep, as I did, I had these binge moments where I would eat a lot of food in one sitting. You obviously have a lot of calories in, and then I would. The next thing that I would do is then blame myself for eating so much, and then go train a hell of a lot, because it's easier for me to train more than to eat less. Simple. Fair enough. So it was easier for me to train more than to eat less. So what I would do, I would punish myself with like over exercising, which eventually kept like let me lose weight, because I was over exercising that much that I still lost weight, but I was in no way healthy at all. My eating habits were not healthy at all. And growing up poor is really good demeanor. Also, growing up allergic to everything helps a lot. But I hope you're now in the position that you can just. I think I don't feel like I grew up poor, but I did, because my mom had been alone for a while. So she would always go. I remember her doing like grocery shopping with the calculator in hand. So I always thought, if I can at least try and not, I don't know, trying to not let that happen. Most of the time it's like different circumstances, of course. Nobody wants that, but trying to that doesn't happen. Can't find the right word that I'm looking for. .62, which is like what? I have no idea if you guys talk in that kind of measurements. One day we will colonize with the metric system. 6'2" in centimeters. There my European brain goes. 6'2" is 178, 87 ish. 130 pounds, then I'm 60 again, and then I'm back on 50. That's pretty. You're pretty light for a 6'2" guy. Yeah, because 150 is like 75 kilograms. Yeah, of course. Well, we all have habits, and it's really easy to. For me, it was so easy, and that the intermittent fasting helped me getting rid of one habit, which was to eat something sweet after dinner, because I always thought I needed that. Because obviously it's very nice to eat a little bit of chocolate after dinner. It's really nice. Oh, you're now 250. That's better. You're a good chunk, healthy boy for 250. Like pounds, right? As in pounds. I think as a kid, I wasn't even skinny, because at some point I lost weight, and I weighed 76 kilograms, which is about 150 pounds. I have no idea. What did I say? 70. I was 76 kilograms, which is 167 pounds, apparently. So I think I never weighed less than 167 when I was younger than 15. So I've always been heavier, but I'm also pretty long for a woman. You've been doing some hard work, Kevin. If you've been eating that much to gain like 100 pounds. My God. The amount of food that you have to... Jesus Christ. But I think I weigh... Last time I weighed myself, because I don't really want to care about how much I weigh. Too much. I now weigh 180 pounds. Which is, if you look at me, because I'm pretty tall as well. Where am I? If you look at me, this is not me. Hello, this is me. If you look at me, I'm wearing black. That doesn't happen. It makes me look skinny. But I'm what, 5'8", is that? This is just, I don't know. I mean, I'm not skinny. But I'm also not, I'm just normal. I mean, I could lose like body fat, obviously. If I really want to, I can train obviously to losing more body fat, because that's what women have more body fat than men. So my body fat percentage has always been very high, because I'm very blessed to have my fats on my hips and my ass, which is great. I don't complain. But it's also the hardest to get rid of. So obviously I could like train an ungodly amount and eat like very like broccoli, spinach and chicken. You mean like those very... But the idea, it's the same. I follow like a few fitness Instagram influencers, which are all, I mean, if this is your thing, do your thing, but it's not my thing. And they see food like fuel, like this very scientific approach to food, which is very good if you want to go into bodybuilding, if you need a very strict diet to put you into a certain physique, because it's very hard to do that, and I really appreciate the hard work they put into it. But I don't want to see food as a chore, as just as fuel. Food is also fun for me, going out to dinner with friends, and I don't say if you're working towards bodybuilding you can't do that, but you know, I don't want to eat foods for fuel. I'd like to enjoy my meal as well at the same time. Yeah, how you feel in the mirror is the most important part, but I still know, because I ride horses as well, and in the Netherlands they get a little bit stricter about how much you weigh before stepping on a horse. So I'm very aware that I bring my weight on this animal. That's a whole different discussion that we can have. But it's also for me very important not to become too heavy for my horse to carry me, because they can have problems if I'm too heavy. And it's my responsibility to care for my own horse. So it's also my responsibility to keep a certain weight. $4,000 calories? God damn! My boy! You've been eating! You're very tall. Yeah. Yeah, you get the scientific approach to it. It's very, and I think it's not it. I don't think it's just motivation, right, Kevin? Because it's also, you can make it a little bit easier to meal prep. So my boyfriend meal preps his lunch for like 3 weeks. It goes into the freezer. He meal preps rice, vegetables, then either ground beef or chicken, and we do that together. He exactly counts out the calories, which are approximately in every meal. You can do that very well. I mean, I could do that as well. And you can still make something that is enjoyable to eat. I just personally don't go very well on that. Yeah, 4,000 calories is like 2 days for me as well. Yeah, no. I'm very... Kevin, I have so much respect for you for doing that, because that's a hard job. It's very hard. And because I remember I was eating... When I was at my peak physique, I was eating 1,800 calories a day and like doing 30 minutes of cardio, and then followed 1,800 calories. So that's actually in a calorie deficit. That's the right word. Deficit. And then also doing 30 minutes of cardio and weight training every single day. And that ain't working. I wasn't eating enough protein, so I didn't gain any like muscle mass. I have to charge my phone. Luckily for me, there's here. But I have very much respect for people who could do that. I do have to say I eat the exact thing every lunch. Oh, I don't have to charge my phone. It's just Duolingo who was like bitching on me because I haven't done my Norwegian today. I do eat the same thing every lunch, which is yogurt with stuff in it. So it's actually a balanced meal, not just yogurt, because I can't live on just yogurt, but, huh? And we do almost, I think we eat like, we have like 10 meals that we rotate. Like 10 meals are very safe. I think we rotate those. That's how we do it. Like eating the same 10 to 15 meals, rotating those. Easy doing grocery shopping as well. Yeah, I got the same then. Yeah. And that's just, yeah. Meatloaf with some vegetables. Yeah, I think the trick is to make what you eat. Maybe at least make it fun when you're making it, you know? And it's so different what fits with everyone. It's very difficult as well. Nah, no. Exactly. And it's also just your... And it's so different per person what they like and they... Because for some people, like meal prepping works very well. And for some people it's just shite. I have like colleagues who bring... And don't get me wrong, these are people who are in the office every day. I have a job I have the job that I'm one day in the office and then I'm driving everywhere. I have to bring my food along with me and I don't always have a microwave. So I can't bring cold food that I have to warm up. But in the office we have. So we have like these colleagues. I do that sometimes too. I bring like dinner for lunch and then warm it up. Heat it up. But you have like these colleagues, which is, I don't judge, but it's a bit weird, I think. Like, bring bread. Because in the Netherlands we eat a lot of bread. Bring bread, like the fancy one that you have to cut yourself. So bring bread, bring butter, bring stuff to put on the bread. And then, like, build the bread, build the sandwich, at work. And I'm the type of person that's like, I get that because it's like nicer, because the butter doesn't get like soaked up in the bread and stuff. But I don't know if I'm in my car at 12 o'clock, or, you know, I don't know. So I don't know. I do bring my hagelslag in a bag because I hate wet hagelslag. Chocolate sprinkles. Sometimes, and maybe the process isn't that dreadful once you get the hang of it. Then it's easier as well. The same as I said, we eat like the same 10 to 12 dishes every dinner. I rewrote that. And sometimes I choose different vegetables, you know. It makes it easier with grocery shopping as well, because we just eat the same thing. Pasta, rice. We just don't eat that much potatoes. Not boiled anyway, because there's in the Netherlands you eat a lot of boiled potatoes. I hate boiled potatoes. I'm so done with it. I hate it. So we air fry like potatoes and stuff. With like fish and with broccoli and sometimes with beans. We eat the same vegetables a lot. Because they're from the freezer, they're cheaper than fresh. So I buy the vegetables frozen, so it doesn't matter when I eat them because they're frozen. So if something comes between things, I can keep them in the freezer and they don't go bad. Because broccoli goes bad the same day you buy it here. So that's a thing. I'm pretty lucky with my brakes, I have to say. It saves time, yeah. It is very easy. And we talked about a thing. I think my boyfriend said if I didn't have you, because I cook most of the time. He said if I didn't have you and I would be alone, I would have meal prepped everything. And just put it in the microwave because it's so much faster. So that's and I get it. If I would be alone, I'd probably do the same. But I have the flexibility in my job that I can quit a little bit earlier. So I quit around 4. I have the freedom to decide for myself when I quit. So I normally quit around 4 and then go to the gym. And then I have more than enough time to cook as well. And I don't mind cooking. It's also a little bit mind-numbing activity for me. Sometimes I don't want to do it, but we never order takeaway though. We barely do that. Also, the options here aren't that great, so. But I almost never order takeout. It's also way too expensive. Well, I put some. Most of the time, I have some music on, or like a YouTube video, or. And I have to say, my meals aren't. I don't cook anything. I cooked pasta today. Nice. Yeah, it's incredibly high. It's like 2 or 3 days worth of food. It's ridiculous. Oh, that line doesn't exist. Oh no, I'm in the wrong layer. God damn it. It's good that I see that now, because otherwise... Let's fix the boobas. No. No. I had a pretty good line.
Qu'est-ce que je représente? Qui je suis, putain? Il va falloir que je me lève. Que je recommence à zéro.
Yeah. Yeah, so I think dishes we eat a lot is like rice with vegetables and then a source of protein. It sounds very boring, I know, but it's very safe. So rice, some sort of vegetables, and we have the I can show you guys, but we have in the Netherlands we have a very good selection of like pre-cut vegetables, which in my opinion are not too expensive. So what I would do, because they're mostly sometimes one plus one free, what we would do, I can show you guys. That makes stuff a lot easier, by the way, because it's pre-cut. That makes a lot easier. So here you have pre-cut vegetables, which now are tweede gratis, which means the second one is for free. So you get 2 for the price of 1. This is 400 grams, which means we eat twice out of this bag. So I would use half of it, freeze the rest, and then use the other another time. These are too expensive. You don't ever buy these, but we buy these ones. So this is 170. This is what I use today. It's for pasta. So it's leek, I think, paprika, or what you guys call it. You guys call it differently. Red onion. And on their own, they're not too expensive. We use half of this for 2 portions. And then the rest I freeze. It's €1.80, which is 45 cents per person per meal. Then I combine it with pasta, some sauce. We have expensive sauce, to be fair, but we buy those when they're on sale, like 2 for the price of 1, so 1 free. Because there's like there's certain stuff in the cheaper ones where we get stomachache from. I don't know why, but that's one. So I buy these, and then I either do ground beef in it. Ground beef, this stuff in it, sauce in it, maybe some garlic to spice things up, or I do like a little swoosh with sriracha sauce. That's it. 20 minutes. Max, because the pasta has to cook for 8 minutes. You have to do these things at the same time. If you're a little bit lucky, you can put this on the table in 10 minutes. It's so quick. And I think I can even, if I log in, I can show you like recipes. There we do. But these pre-cut stuff, you have very expensive ones, of course. I never buy those. I buy just the cheap ones. So this one is a cheap one, which has leek, like vegetables and carrot in it. It's pre-cut all. These are Chinese, like Chinese vegetables. So it's like red pepper, beans, Japanese. These are a little bit more expensive, so these $3. I would never buy these if they're not on sale. I buy this one on sale, Chinese, because these have like larger pieces. They have like, but I not most of the time just keep it to the one there under €2. So these two, and these are now one plus one for free. And we have a lot, like a lot. There's so much choice. That's why I always, when I go on vacation in like different countries, I forget how luxurious it is. €1 is $8. $8! No, it's not that bad, right? Yeah. And obviously is like trial and error, because there's a lot of stuff that's not nice, but we have like different sauces that we really like, and I favorite them on my like list. We can favorite them and we buy those. €1 is $8. $8. Wait, so if I buy, because we don't have Starbucks here, but we have Starbucks in the Netherlands, yeah? So to put that in perspective, if I go to the Starbucks, I never go there because I find it way too expensive. So if I go there, the minimum I would spend would be €5 for a drink, which means 5 times 8 is $40. $40. Yeah. I would be. $40. $40. And then, you know what's the worst? Wait, you know what's the worst? I would be rich there. Probably. Lovely. But you know, if I come to Norway, that my euro is worth nothing. I pay €8 for a can of Coke in a restaurant. €8. €8 for a can of Coke in a restaurant. So if you double that, 8 times 8, 64. That's the thing, really hard, right? It's been a while. That would be $64 if you would go to Norway and you wanted to buy like a bottle of Coke in a restaurant. Why? Why is it so unfair? I have to ask. I ask myself. I'm gonna start spitting off of it. Sorry. My God. That's ridiculous. Yeah, but I obviously, in the back of your mind, you know that, but it's crazy. I don't think of that too much. Obviously, when I am the one who has to pay up. When I went to Norway, I had to pay like €4 for like a cup of coffee, like regular black coffee, because they work in kroner. Because $5 for a Coke. So that would be less of €1 for me. I don't know. Because Cokes are really expensive here as well. I think if you go like, let's say you go to the bar or like on a terrace, yeah, like you're sitting there and you want like a Coke, you pay like €2.50, I think. Already. €2.50, sometimes €3.50. Depending on where you are in the city. Amsterdam is very expensive. Don't get fooled. And Amsterdam isn't even that great. says someone who's not an avidly fan of Amsterdam. I don't like it there. I've been there 3 times in my life. It's 3 times too much. I mean, if you visit the old building, that's cool, but the old buildings, but I'm also not a huge city person, so maybe I'm the wrong one to ask. Oh my god. It's such a shame that then the food is so expensive, because that's like the most important thing, you know? I also find it also very weird, because that's the same here, and you hear it a lot in the US, that like the healthy foods are more expensive than the unhealthy foods, which is in my mind really weird. So now, since January 1st, we have the sugar tax, which Norway has as well. So you pay extra taxes over sugary drinks, with the idea to fight people from drinking so much sugary drinks. And I'm like, why won't you just? Why do I have to pay taxes over fucking food? It's a basic necessity. Like, and I get paying extra taxes over unhealthy stuff like smoking. I get that. But I rather have you remove all taxes from, let's say, fruit and vegetables and like certain meats, than you cranking up the taxes on sugary drinks. You know, the poorer in our society don't have. Why make it cheaper? But no, why would they? That's a whole other rant I can go about, but why would they? Yeah. And I mean, why don't we just talk about... Why don't we talk about it? Because it feeds into the hand that some foods are unhealthy. Or like bad. Sorry, that's the right word. Obviously, sugary drinks are unhealthy. But it feeds into the idea that there are good foods and bad foods. And I think that works into the hand of more eating disorders. So why don't we just talk about the fact that you obviously can drink a Coke once in a while. But it's not like a good idea to drink 2 giant bottles of Coke every day. You guys seen that TV show? I think it was on TLC. I don't know if you guys have the channel, but it was like weird addictions. Like people got weird addictions to certain foods. Yeah, you know, guys don't have fat people, no. Japan hasn't as well. So I'm like, why don't look at like places like Trinidad? Why don't you have fat people? What's the reason? You know, and try and do that. I don't think we have much fat people though, because to be fair, obesity still gets, I think you can still get measured by your BMI. And if you would believe my BMI, I'm also nearly obese. Like, I'm severely overweight. If you ask my BMI, I am not severely overweight. I mean, I don't have like the skinniest of arms. I do, but I don't. I mean, what do you? Yeah, and I think because we are so, it's nice to. Obviously, we all have our very large differences in cultural or stuff like that. Yeah, your BMI would be off the chart, but in your case, Kevin, it's a lot of muscle mass probably. So that's it. It wouldn't make sense because if you would just look at your weight, you're probably obese or like nearing obese, but you're very healthy. because it's muscle mass. This is a completely different thing to being heavy due to a lot of food and overeating. But I think I did like a half year psychology, which was very interesting. I can highly recommend everyone just learning about how people think. It's really eye-opening, I found. But the conclusion of that half year, and obviously I couldn't like learn everything, but the conclusion was that in the end, we are all exactly the same. How hard we try to convince ourselves that we are different from another, we are not. Because if you strip all things away that we have, if you strip like everything away, we are all exactly the same. We are wired the same way, like how we react to our environment, how we are. It's like, and obviously there's like a very big gray area, don't get me wrong. In the end, we're obviously not exactly the same, because there's a lot of cultural heritage bound to that. But if you look at what a human is as an animal, what we do and how we function, we are all the same. We are all influenced by the same things. We are influenced by our parents, we are influenced by our friends, we are influenced by our environment, we are all exactly the same. It's so interesting as well. I kept the books because I really want to reread the books, because it was so much information. But it makes you like people smart. You start to understand why we, especially if we're in like larger groups, like why we tend to behave a certain way in certain groups, which I found really interesting. Because the Netherlands, we're a pretty small country, but we have like 18 million people living here, so we're a very dense populated country. Not as dense as I think like certain cities, obviously, but as a country, a pretty densely populated. Yeah, exactly. All you touch and all you see is all your life will ever be. It is. But we are so wired to behave a certain way, and it makes you just makes you feel like you break loose a little bit, you know, and eventually you don't, because you're just in the core of your being an animal, which accidentally got extra brain. That's how I believe it happened. I believe in evolution theory, that we suddenly just out of years of evolution got a brain, but like the frontal lobe part, you know. But there are also animals who have the frontal lobe. Dolphins have it, right? Dolphins as well. They're pretty intelligent, and elephants. Octopuses? Octopuses? Very smart. I saw a video like a few months ago that they are probably a lot smarter than we first thought. Pigs, very smart. Very smart indeed. It's really interesting to learn about human behavior. They have like social psychology, which is psychology in the social setting, so in groups and stuff. They have like the introduction to human psychology. It's like the base knowledge. I still haven't put a line on my paper. It's okay though. I really want to have this Thursday stream as a I can do whatever the fuck I want stream. You know? I like that idea. I'm not being great. Thank God. Well, I mean, some people are very convinced about how they think things work. Is that how I say it correctly? And I don't want to give you the idea that I'm proving that what I think is the only way that's right, because I think we have a lot of ways of believing in shit. Some people believe in God. I believe in the universe, which whatever the fuck that means, I still don't know. Some people believe in nothing, which is fine as well. I mean, I don't judge. I personally find it very hard to believe in a Bible or in a Quran or in a book. So I believe in magic. Because that's convincing as well. I don't know what, you know, probably tomorrow I think I believe something else. That's most of the times how these things go. I don't know. The older I get, I do like the idea of there being some sort of entity looking out for us. And if that's God or the universe or I don't know. I do honestly believe that we are all connected in some way or another. Like that we are more connected with people around the world than we realize. And since I believe that, I start to see proof of that as well, which is weird. Don't really believe in manifesting and stuff like that, because I don't think manifesting is real. But I do think there's like a collective intelligence, you know? That we inherited from our ancestors. There has to be. You know, these type of things, like inherited knowledge about things that happened. And I think we are, and I don't want to go into too much detail because I don't think I can't even explain this in Dutch. So there's no possible way for me to explain this in English. But I do think we as humans are capable because we are a species of. We are so smart, if you come to think of it. We are so smart that we can imagine our own future and then manifesting toward it. We can like imagine things out of nothing. It's so incredible that our brains can think of something out of nothing. It's never nothing because you're always like use references and stuff. But like, if I ask you to imagine your life in 20 years, you can, and it's not about if it's true, yes or no, but you are capable of imagining that. So we did an exercise in where we took that a step further, and again, this is way more complicated than I'm going to explain it now. But try to imagine being in deep time, which is like non-existent time, because time is a construct as well, which we thought of once. But time doesn't exist. Time exists because we think it exists. But these things are so interesting to me. They don't keep me awake though, because I don't want to be lying awake with these things. I mean, I've got to die someday. I don't want to worry about different dimensions and deep time. But imagine being in deep time, so in a time frame where time does not exist. It's not a thing. And imagine being in the shoes of Gaia, so being in the shoes of Mother Earth, being that entity, and then going back 1,000,000 years. That's a feeling thing. Your brain can't comprehend going back 1,000,000 years, but you can feel it. in a certain, if you, and this obviously takes a lot of practice, and it takes, but I honestly believe that if you can do that, you can open that feeling, which is, it's to I don't know, feel Mother Earth. It's so fucking weird if I explain it like this, but it's so hard to explain if it's a feeling, because you can't explain it. But I do think you can come, if you can feel that, you can come to terms with certain knowledge that you wouldn't be able to feel when you would be just using your brain. Yeah. Fair enough. I mean, yeah, and I think the human in its own, the soul of a human is very, is magical on its own. It's so complicated, and maybe we are overcomplicating this shit, because we're very good at that as well as humans. Maybe we are overcomplicating this shit and like seeing like connections that there aren't really there, but we have cognitive dissonance, so we think they are because they fit our frame of thinking. I don't know. I don't care. But when I first felt, and it was very emotional, because I was on this timeline. We made this timeline physically on the ground, like from now till 100 years in the past, 100 years in the future, either way, right? So 100,000, 10,000, 100,000 and a million years. And I was just standing in the now and here in the middle, and I was convinced I couldn't do this. I was convinced I am not capable of feeling like that, because I'm a very logical thinker, which is good. And I at that time in the year, because last year I had like some riffraffs with my biological dad. I don't see my biological dad. I have peace with that. My parents parted when I was young. I was 4 at the time, 5. I haven't seen my biological dad in a long time, but we were connecting again. And my grandmother passed away last year around that time. And I felt like the connection that I and my biological father had wasn't really existing there. So, to make a very long story short, I cut off the contact because I wasn't comfortable with talking to him anymore. So I stood there in the present on that line, in that very safe space with 2 other people who I trust completely. And you have to trust the other people. You have to, because otherwise it doesn't work. I trust these people with my life. And I was standing there and I was asking myself this question, like, I don't even remember the question anymore, and I don't think it matters, but the only thing I was doing, was rocking back and forth. So to the future, back in the past, to the future, back in the past. And the feeling got so strong at some point that I actually fell over. So I was keeping myself like contained so I wouldn't fall over. And my classmate said, Sifa, you really have to, and I never forget what she said. Do whatever you feel and take what you feel seriously. Because a lot of the times, at least I grew up, and I don't think it's for you guys very different, that your logical brain comes before feeling. So you would make logical, well thought out decisions before thinking about how you actually feel about it. And at least that's how I approached everything in life. And when she said that, like, do what you feel, emulate that feeling, emulate that rocking back and forth, but take it very seriously. So I did. And at some point, I almost fell over. And she said, I will catch you. Just trust me on that. I will catch you. And I was just rocking back and forth, like going into the past, going into the present, into the future. And it was so, at the same time, very emotional, because for some reason I thought like, yeah, that's what I'm doing with my dad as well. Like sticking in the past, like wanting a dad, you know? I have a dad. I have a very wonderful stepdad. It's not that like I don't have it. But like clinging into that past that you want that, but also going into the future because you want to leave it behind you. But at the same time, it's very hard to leave it. That going back and forth like constantly reassured to me that I was like, there's another level of understanding yourself as a human, but also your environment, but also, yeah, I call it Gaia, but it's like Earth. Like what we, and again, maybe we are overcomplicating things. Maybe we are just a species which get eradicated in around 100 years because of our own fault. Maybe that's it. I'm fine with that. But I remember that very vividly. And I had a few experiences after that as well. Experiences sounds weird. But I have like these... I tend to listen more to what I feel now, instead of going for the rational, logical decision first. I take that a little bit more seriously. Yeah. Maybe we are the gods as well. I don't know. Maybe we are. I don't think we're more than nature. I don't think we stand above it. I think we're... And that's a way science looks at nature sometimes. Like, human race is above nature. I think we're part of it. We're no less or more than a dog. We're no less or more than a pig. We're no less or more than a tree. We're just a part of that big old cycle. We just have more influence on how that circle is going right now. It's not going great. We have more influence on that. Yeah, I'm happy you guys like get what I'm saying, because I find it really hard to express this in English. Fair enough. I mean, I get setting boundaries. Like, obviously, because, again, you can take this as far as you want, right? You can take this, like... Some people are really woozy with these things. And I find that very hard to believe. But I get setting boundaries in this. Yeah, whatever an individual chooses to be. I do think somewhere, and I think we all realize that as humans, that we have some collective, and I think that's the collective knowledge that we have. We as a race, or we are collectively responsible for keeping ourselves alive. But that's just nature. But we also have this collective, I'm gonna say this right without, collective responsibility. And I think that obviously this changes individual to individual, but I don't really feel the need to carry on a legacy. I don't care about that as much. I don't think it's about that. Carrying on a legacy. I don't care. I don't think that's it. I don't think that's the right word. But this collective... We are our ancestors. And I'm reading... if you guys want to read it, it's a very good read. It's Underland by... God, what's his name again? But he's like a scientist, and he explains things very scientifically. And he's talking about deep time as well. Because these fossil fuels that we burn, obviously, are like dead animals from millions of years ago. We are a speck in this whole thing. Like, we are nothing. I'm sorry, but we are nothing. And I'm like, okay, but if we as a whole planet, dogs, pigs, trees, humans, what do we leave behind? Because the planet will keep on living. I don't doubt that. I don't know. It's something like what do we leave behind? What is that? But I agree with you that life is what the individual chooses to be. And some people are very heroic, wants to change a lot of things. Some people aren't, and that's fine as well. And the art is to see everyone for who they are, what their ambitions are, and obviously try to, at least I do that. I try to, at least with my friends, try to get the best out of them. Because I can see the value in this person and I want to share that value with the world. But if they're not open for them, it is themselves. I stop, of course. Yeah, I felt more in control. Because I think... maybe I should... maybe it's not in control. I'm less worried. So I'm a pretty stressful... I'm a pretty easy stressed out personality. And if you would have got to know me like, let's say 10 years ago when I was 16. Yeah. Let's say 16 to 20, which is a very weird age, but even like 4 years ago, I think if you got to know me at that point, I would started streaming at that, I would be a very different person. I'm very stressed out, very focused on achieving like goals and shit, which on its own isn't a bad thing, right? It's not bad to have goals in life. These can be small goals, large goals. I don't know. It's not bad to have goals, but I was extremely focused on like hitting these milestones in life. I don't know why. I think it has to do with obviously how you got brought up, because I was brought up with, if you work hard you get there. And even my parents said like, we come back to that because that's not how the world works anymore. But if you work hard you get there, and I had a very clear vision of what I wanted to do. But I think that was based on what I thought society wanted of me, which is also okay, right? You can do whatever you want with life, and if you want to be I don't know. How can I explain this? I would say, since I started the feeling of feelings more seriously, they are just feelings, you know? So I felt, sometimes when I was really stressed out, I felt out of control due to stress. Which is on its own a very bad thing, to feel stressed all the time. But like being sad, for example, it's okay to be sad, you know? And what I did, if I was sad, or if I was unhappy, or if I don't know, wasn't completely... Because I always wanted more. I still have that a little bit in my personality, and I don't think it's a wrong thing to have, but I always wanted more. So I was never completely happy with what I had. And then the first thing I would say to myself was like, Tifa, you have all these things. You have a house, you have a lovely boyfriend, you have a dog, you have this, that, blah, blah, blah. You are not allowed to feel sad. And saying that to yourself, saying, I am not allowed to feel sad because I have all these things, is either saying that to your inner child that hasn't healed, because a lot of us are running around with trauma. And I'm not here to preach like psychology and stuff. For me personally, it was indeed talking to my like younger self and saying, you are not allowed to feel these feelings because others have it worse than you. And that's true. That's true. That's a true objectively statement. There will always be people who have it worse than you. There are people starving on this planet. There are people bombed to death on this planet. It's horrible. It's horrible. But that doesn't mean you cannot feel sad in that moment. You are allowed to feel your feelings in that moment. And feelings go. Feelings come and go. So when they go, you can rationalize it if you want. Like, okay, I was sad about this. Cried for a good 20 minutes. Feel great again. Maybe it wasn't really necessary, but tomorrow is a new day. And when I allowed myself to feel the feelings of anger, of spite, of sadness, of all these things, I became more relaxed in my, because they are just feelings. You are allowed to have them because you are a human, and you can. And it's like the small things. I think that comes also with getting older, of course. I hate to say it, but it's true. Like saying things and come back to it. Like I said a year ago, I said XYZ. I come back to it. I don't agree with that anymore. You grow as a human. You are allowed to grow. You are allowed to change statements. You are allowed to change as a person. I missed a lot of chat, so I'm gonna read back though. Yeah, thinking outside of the box, what you said, Kevin. It also keeps your mind sharp, I think. Keep thinking, like staying critical as well. Thinking outside the box and staying critical keeps your mind sharp as well. Yeah, if it's really hard to leave a legacy when you think the Earth is, yeah, it is really hard though. But on the other end, there's so much wonderful things to live for. So again, I'm not lying awake with that feeling. But because I saw, Kevin, your example for like leaving DNA samples as children, that's what you said, Trent, is a big reason for us not to want children, because we believe, and I think that's where it comes down to, that, and it's maybe a very harsh thought, and maybe it sounds very harsh, but for us it doesn't feel like that at all. The way the human race is caring for the Earth is horrible, and we try our best. I think a lot of people try their best, but I don't want to bring children on this planet and give them the responsibility to fix a thing that's almost unfixable. If I look at how difficult for us it is to either buy a home or go on vacation, things like which you would normally say makes life enjoyable, and buying a home is also just a very, very objectively nice thing to have, because it's like builds up like investments and shit, you know. It's so hard, and we have two good jobs. I have a master's degree, and I'm not flaunting that, but I have a good job, and it's even hard for me, and my boyfriend, who works 40 hours a week. We can't possibly work more than this. This is it. I am not willing to work 80 hours a week just to have stones. So, and how it looks right now, it looks like it's not going to change in the next 15 years. So we had a long thought of that. That's the biggest reason why we don't want it. And next to that, I as a woman, I don't want to get pregnant. So that's a big reason. I mean, you gotta get pregnant if you want to have babies. No, you don't have to, but you know. No. And I never had the mothering feeling. So adopting a child, how noble that would be. I've seen it from up close. It's very noble. It's very hard work. It's not for us. Fountainhead and Rand. I write that down. I write it down later on. Yeah, of course. Like it's goal setting and what you said. Like can't hurt others. Obviously. I mean, yeah. I think that's a given. I find that's a given. Agree. But what I do, I can't hurt others. But what I will do, but that's I think just the obligation of being a good friend, is tell someone that's what they have in mind is just a plain stupid idea. But I think that's just being a friend. Yeah, because the goal setting thing, because a friend of mine asked me, because I have all these, I have, as I said, a master's degree, which was, to me, my academic end goal. I have no desire to get a PhD. Maybe if I'm bored in like 30 years. I don't know. I don't want to do research for 6 years on end, okay? I don't want to do that. And she said very, very honestly to me, and now I get the question, like, you've checked off all these boxes. You have like a perfect life, to be very plainly. Lovely boyfriend, house. It's not a we didn't bought this house, we rented. But we have a house. I have this. I have 16 hobbies that I like to enjoy. I have not enough free time. I have it pretty good. And she said, you checked off all of these boxes, and then what happens then? The next big thing, or... And then I came to the realization that I have, up to this moment of this year, I always worked up to like pretty big goals. It was predominantly academic. And on the other end, I came to the conclusion that if I have a job that is fulfilling, which is important to me because I think I do important work, that's enough. Because I get all of my fulfillment out of my job, and I'm very lucky to say that. I know that. I'm very lucky, and not just lucky, I also worked very hard for this job. I did. I got my master's. If I didn't have my master's, I wouldn't have this job. I worked very hard for this job, but I got also a little bit lucky. I feel accomplished after doing my work because I think that what I do is important for our educational system. And I have a very big passion about that, like education and stuff like that. That's my shtick. I like to make better education for our children. And now if I look back to it, because I took the last half year, I took it pretty slow, worked 3 days a week, worked pretty slow, and I was like, I can rest a little bit after having my diploma and like doing a little bit of less work, and then from January going full out again. And that gave me a few moments to reflect as well, and I was like, yeah, this is fine. And obviously there's a lot of things I would like to do. Buy a house. Would love to do that. But it's also, I'm not going to buy a house that is not good enough just for the buying, you know? And I do that a lot because I have you guys. I have my YouTube channel. and my YouTube channel does give me, like, when I have like more subscribers, it does give me a little bit of dopamine. It does work like that. So I have to be very careful not to drown in that as well, because I can easily do that. I can easily drown in here. That's why I sometimes just say that I don't stream, because otherwise I'll drown. And I don't want to do that, because I have friends and I have like a social life. And I think that's very important as well. And indeed what you said, Trent, be also very accepting of your accomplishments. What have you accomplished until now? Big things, small things, everything is very important. It makes you the person who you are today. But if it didn't satisfy you, what's the thing behind it then? What you thought you would get if you would achieve that goal? It's okay. Maybe, yeah. I read here. There's a lot of things. I think we can like fill hours of this topic. It's really hard to do that if you're typing, right? It's easier if you're speaking. Yeah, and I think that massive change is coming. You can feel it. You can feel it. But here in the Netherlands, is at this point, it's not in our. The changes that are happening here are not necessarily, in my opinion, positive, but there are things changing. And they say hope is like the worst thing to have. But you gotta hope as well, you know? You gotta work for it and together and talk about it, but at the other end, some things are larger than life and you don't have control those things. So that's what I learned when I was in therapy. You have like this circle of influence. So this is like your circle of influence. And these are the things outside of your circle of influence. And you just supposed to be keeping, like, worrying about what's in your circle. This is, okay. Anyway, you're supposed to be worrying about what's in your circle, not what's outside of your circle. Some things are outside of your circle. And then you have to just say to yourself, it's horrible that this is happening. I feel very bad, but I now at this point can't change anything about it. Yeah, the idea that we came out of people who just build houses and just discovered fire. It's so cool. And I think it's natural for a very smart race as we are to evolve this quickly. But what goes up must come down at some point. Yeah. Lucky for you, you're not a woman, Kevin. But I'm happy you can imagine how it is. Yeah. I think that's also if you're able to have these very, like I said, I have very strong opinions about some things, and that's not always as healthy. But if you are able to talk with each other about these things, makes you a wonderful human. In my idea, not that the perfect human exists, but like a human with so much empathy that they have their own opinions. And you don't have to necessarily understand the other, but you have the empathy at least to listen to them. Then I think you're a wonderful human being. Yeah. Yeah. Because you feel like, Kevin, is it because you work for your kids, so you have like a fulfillment of what you're doing? On the working never made me happy until I had kids comment. Yeah, but I have like what you say, like increased your like with a large number. I have the same. I feel very proud that I gained so much subscribers. I'm very proud of that because I think I work. I personally think I work pretty hard. I spend. I upload 6 times a week. I do a lot, and it's all free. You guys can watch it for free. So, at the other end, uh, yes, but I also think at the other end, the quality isn't there yet. I think. I think it's not the right quality yet. So that what bothers me most of the time. Oh yeah, that's what you meant by gods. Yeah, yeah, I get that. That's a good clarification of what you said. Yeah, and I think you have. There are a lot of YouTube videos who talk about this, but you have to be in here for the long haul. You have to. It's like a 10-year plan, my dude. I said, yeah, like this is where you want to go on the horizon. You just work for it. Go for it. Also, YouTube algorithm. If you get a little bit lucky, luck helps a lot. So if you have like a video that goes viral, you're lucky. What I remembered from one of those videos is that like the more you upload, like the more there videos there are to go viral. You know what I mean? So if you upload like once a month, you have like a video once a month that can go viral. And if you upload, let's say 10 times a month, you have like 10 videos that can go viral every month. Obviously, yeah. And appreciate that the process that you're in right now, right? Because you can never do this for the first time again. I try to. It's really hard, but I try to appreciate every stream. And I appreciate that I haven't been drawing anything this stream, and we've been talking about everything and like things like otherworldly and beyond stuff. And I'm very happy that we share these thoughts with each other. And I try to appreciate that, even if I was planning on drawing or something. And I was like, yeah, we'll get to that next time. You know? Excuse me. Yeah, because it's still, I think, is a very human reaction to like have people appreciate what you do. Because a little bit of appreciation goes a long way. And a little bit of acknowledgement for your hard work goes a long way. Because if you work for a boss, you also like your boss to say once in a while, "Hey Trent, I see you've been working hard. I'm very happy to have you here. You're a great employee." Sometimes you just want to hear that. You guys are all great viewers, and I'm very appreciative that you are all like talking so much in chat, because that makes my life a lot easier. And you're all great. You're all so nice to each other as well. You're nice to me. That's very nice. And we can do this, and we can play games, and I really like that, and I like the change. So thank you, my employees, for being so good for me. Well, if they grow within the first month, they probably had their boobs out or something. I've been streaming for 2.5 years. I lowered my expectations a lot. Maybe I should. And we still have that inflatable hot tub on the above here. Maybe I should bring that out. Get them views. Yeah. Yay. That's a good exchange. I'd like to do that. I think that's a very beautiful mentality to have, Kevin. Yeah. You can be very proud of that. It's very beautiful that you work so hard for your children. It's so nice too. Don't get me wrong, I love children, because otherwise I wouldn't be a teacher. It's not that I hate children. I love children. I love the very young ones as well. That they just, without asking, give your opinion. Why do you have purple hair? I get that question a lot. Because I like it. Oh. Oh yeah. Like, yeah. And I mean, if that's the content you enjoy, be my guest. But I have a backup plan. 2 weeks ago when we were in the bar, a friend of mine, we made a whole backup plan that if this all doesn't work, I will sell feet pics. And we decided that if everything goes wrong, like let's say in 10 years, I don't know, we should take like feet pics now while my feet are still beautiful. I don't know if my feet are beautiful, but now they're young. I have a backup plan when all this isn't working. Yeah, I had TikTok for a while, and I thought I could do thirst traps as well, and then I quit that very quickly because I couldn't handle the cringe. I couldn't. I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm cringy as hell on my own. I don't need that without clothes on. Tub streaming, yeah. And just like inflate the hot tub, because I think it would barely fit here, and just fill it with cushions, you know? Just no water. Just me sitting like this. Gaming in the hot tub. I think that's great content. AI feet pictures. Good idea. Then I have to put my own feet on the internet. Huh. Because obviously I would be afraid that someone would recognize my feet. I've been asked for feet pictures. Once. I felt a bit weirded out. Oh, sorry. Yeah, but still, it's not like I'm ashamed for my body as well. I'm not, but it's still a bit weird, you know, to like actively choose to put like your body on the internet. Yeah, exactly. Like, and if I do it for 4 years and I make like a shit ton of money, I'm done. Like, have just like a 1 terabyte like disk drive full of feet pictures, and like feet pictures like with socks on or with socks off, or like with nail polish or without nail polish, or with like, I don't know, with other weird things people want to see with your feet. I don't spend that much time on Twitch. The most recent Twitch thought. Oh god, is there another one? There's so many. They legalized, or they allowed nudity right now on Twitch. I haven't been on Twitch in a long time. Because as a platform, I don't visit as much. I'm a real YouTube girly. I'm going incognito. Let's see. I get all these Dutch stuff, of course, now.
Super ultimate extra deluxe editions, die worden wel telkens minder van de game.
Oh, I get like Dutch Minecraft players. Oh, Charlie's video? Yeah. I mean, there's so many Twitch streamers as well. I found it very hard to grow on Twitch. You don't like naturally grow on Twitch by just having Twitch. You have to have TikTok and Instagram and everything as well. Yeah. And the other end, I think it's a good thing. Like, people like that exist. Don't get me wrong. But it's good that someone like that just breaks up that boundary once in a while. Like, what's actually allowed? How far can you go, right? Shorts are the method. Yeah, you should, like, upload shorts. I found it very hard to find funny ones. Because, I mean, I think I'm funny. But, I told you, like, the way that I edit, I have to, like, re-watch my whole 3-hour stream to find like 15-second funny clips. Now, liking feet is something different than having a foot fetish. Those are two different things. Because, I mean, if someone has nice feet, I'm like, you have nice feet. But that's different than I want to lick between your toes. There's a slight difference, you know? Yeah, shorts is the way that people come into your channel. Oh, you were that type of dude. Yeah, we have like friends of ours have like a bar, like a smaller village, half an hour from here. And there's like one dude who comes there and I don't like him. But he whips out his dick. Like when he gets drunk, he whips out his dick like 5-6 times a night. It's like fucking annoying. And they don't say anything about it because he's like a good client and he makes them a lot of cash. He drinks a lot of beer. But nope. If it wouldn't be my bar and someone whips out his dick. No, man. First of all, I would hit it with something. And then second of all, ban him for life. Go drink your beer somewhere else. Aesthetic appreciation. Wait, yeah, no. I think foot rubs are something completely different. Because if you enjoy foot rubs, that's fine, right? I think, like, we have foot you can get foot massages in Wales, right? And it's not that weird. I personally hate it. I hate when people touch my feet. But you guys can't see chat. I now realize that you cannot see chat in the screen. I thought you could. Where are you guys? Oh, there you are. Why? Why is this like this? It doesn't matter now, you guys. We're almost. The stream is almost done, but still. I now realize you can't even see chat. Yeah, I don't. So we went to a Rammstein concert, Rammstein, and when the band has a pause, they go like through the audience with the camera, like they point the camera at different audience members, and it's like a game who shows their titties. So I think it's really funny because there's like men who flash their titties, and everyone goes yeah, and then there's like a woman who flashes titties, and everyone even screams harder. And you know, that's really funny. I think it's funny. No, because Kevin, normal people don't do that in public spaces. I don't whip my titties out in public spaces as well. What do you want to... I also think, what do you want to... I mean, if you're looking for someone to spend the night with, and I would be available, let's say I would, and I would be interested in this person because I think they're pretty handsome, and they would whip their fucking dick out in the middle of a... No! It's so unattractive as hell as well. No. But maybe I'm boring. I don't know. Maybe I'm boring. I feel weird that everyone would see the dick. No. No, I wouldn't go home with... No. Okay. Everyone seen the dick that you were riding on later that night? Show me your beehole. Oh, it's time to go to bed. It's getting like... You gotta stop this. Otherwise I'll say something that I severely regret later on. Why would you do that? Just... And I get you're like drunk, so... Obviously, we all made stupid choices when we were drunk. But I have never in my life, even when I was on my drunkest, and in the sense that I fucking blacked out, because I have like evenings where I have like flashes of memories, because I just blacked out all the other ends. I have never flashed my titties. I show like my tattoo that I have. I show that one. But it's like under my boobs. Yeah, like here. I show that one. But it's like, I want to show you that fucking cool tattoo that I have. And I show you the ones on my leg. And then if you... I'm fine with that. Because it's the same if you would see me in like... a bathing suit. I got like lip gloss in my... Boobs are always okay. I mean, of course, everyone has the right to do, but there's like social norms. It's... You're in a closed off space, which is not a public space, first of all. You are not in a public space. And there's like this... There's obviously, in the Netherlands, there's laws for it. There has to be laws for it. And I don't know how they're exactly called, but you're not a... It's just not allowed. I mean, I have a bikini, which is practically a thong, which I wore for one summer, and then I look back at the picture, and I'm blessed with a good butt, so it looks great. And then I thought, I felt uncomfortable. Because I felt uncomfortable when we went to the beach and there were a lot of children, and it's like a butt. It's not like you see anything more. It's like just like the butt. That's all. But still, it has like this. I don't know. So I bought another bikini. So now my butt is covered, and I feel a little bit less naked. But I go to the sauna as well, and then I'm fully naked. So I don't care about that. But it's like, I think I draw the line with public spaces where there are children as well. Well, if you think about it, when my mom was younger, at the time when we were still little, if you go to like public beaches in the Netherlands and you have like these smaller children, let's say two, 3, they're all naked. I was naked when I was small. Because you know what a hassle it is to clean off these little bodies with all this sand. And I remember I think, and I don't remember this clearly, but I think when I was younger, it was more normal for women to sunbathe topless. You don't see that as much now. And I think that's fine. Yeah, with Carnival. Yeah, at someone's house. I mean, I don't think there's any. I have some friends that were no. There's no. And I think it depends on. It's really depending on the context of what we are talking about. Because there's so many times that I'm just undressing at my friend's house to put something else on, and then I'm just naked in her house with her. It's the context as well. Yeah, with Carnival. Yeah, and especially in Trinidad. That's how we pronounce that in Dutch. Probably. Because Carnival is a very... I guess Carnival is very, very big with you guys. Yeah, so I was thinking about this kids thing. Because we were at the beach. And I started covering up a little bit more. Because where we go to the beach, there are a lot of children. And I'm fine with that. I'm fine to cover up my body for the kids. I don't mind. Because I had like my ex-boyfriend had like smaller sisters, and they asked me what my boobs are, for example. I mean, they're children. I don't mind doing that. But I was thinking exactly the same. Like, someone just whips out their phone camera and takes pictures of these children. I don't know if I would feel comfortable with my young children being naked. Because in the other end, I would love them to be naked until they're like 2, 3, 4, 5. Just please go and at least wash your butt crack before you come back, you know? Just whip your ass through the sea. But yeah, we talked about it. I feel, because we have friends obviously with children. I don't know. It made me very aware in what kind of world we are living. Because at one moment we are very carelessly sunbathing on a small beach with a lot of children playing fun sandcastles in the sand, and then you suddenly realize that there could be people who taking pictures of these kids and selling them on the black market, and then your whole day is ruined. Yeah. And there are people like that. So I at least took like the responsibility in myself that if I ever see that happening right in front of my eyes, I will beat the living shit out of these people. And I say that very bravely now. I probably won't do it. I probably won't be beating the shit out of them. When I said it, I was like, nope. I probably won't, but I'll try my best to say something about it. No, but I draw the line there. Children should be carelessly playing naked if they want to. Same with like, we have these like naked beaches a little bit farther away. They're especially for nudists. And I know for a fact, because I did it as a child as well, like kids with like binoculars watching them because they think it's funny. Because obviously I'm going to the sauna as well, and then I'm naked, and I don't care because everyone's naked. And there's no phones allowed in as well, of course. But, I mean, those are like very good safe space. Yeah. And I also think sexiness comes with the confidence with what you wear. Yeah, and don't get me wrong, when I go to the sauna, I look at people as well. Because I look at other couples and I'm like, God damn! God damn! You know, that's. There's no thought behind it, but some people are just very blessed. And I'm like, you are very handsome. And you are very pretty. And you have a wonderful ass. And you have a nice set of titties that I would really love to have, you know? I have these thoughts as well, but I don't do anything with it. I just appreciate that there are other people who look great as well. I hope they think the same of me, but that's just a thought. I hope they think that I think, like, oh my god, she has such cool tattoos. I would love to one of those. I want them to think that. Because they were really expensive. Yeah, but also like the beauty, I think there's also some beauty in like seeing these old couples. Like you can see their bodies have been through their life and like carried all their memories, and even if you, and it's really fun to me if there's like older couples with tattoos. I really like that. Because you can see the wear and tear on their bodies, and there's also some sort of beauty in that. But there's like very physical beauty that I think, oh my god, you look great, you know? But there's also like this beauty of seeing two elderly going to the sauna together, enjoying their time together, and just, I don't know. And I don't even care about how they look, but I do also see people running around and I'm like, okay, when I hit 70, I hope I don't look like that because it's unhealthy. But it has nothing to do with being ugly or beautiful, but it has something to do with looking healthy or unhealthy. Just justify your MILF fetish. As long as you don't hurt anyone with it, you're fine. Look, I got a crush on 2D animated men that are thrice my age. We all got something. We ain't perfect. Anyway, guys, it's my bedtime, and I think someone else is laying already in bed. I really like this conversation. We went through all the corners today. My God, I haven't drawn a single line, but that's okay. I don't mind. I think this was the first stream that I ever did that I talked so much. I could. And I also feel like a little bit here. I can feel that I haven't been talking so much. I really appreciate it. I really enjoyed the conversation we had together, guys. Thanks so much for hanging out today. You're doing very well. You've been very quick with the typing. Yep. And otherwise I'll scroll back. Don't worry. Lucky for you guys, I haven't been so popular, so I can just scroll back. Thanks, Kevin. Thanks so much for hanging out and sharing your thoughts as well. Really appreciate it. I really appreciate your view on things as well. And you got Trent, you as well. Thanks so much for sharing your thoughts on the things as well. I really appreciate your input as well. Yeah. Same here, by the way, because I would never be able to vocalize all my thoughts. So you're not the only one. If it helps, you can write them down or draw something about it. Because I can't sleep if I turn off the PC. I can't sleep yet, so I'll probably read something. Or, you guys have like good book recommendations? Maybe we should make like a different, I'll go into Discord, because I deleted a few sub channels. But I can add maybe a few to like for books and stuff. Thank you. I think it also helps that I've been speaking English for such a long time. Because it's really hard to vocalize like these very specific thoughts. Even in Dutch, I find it very hard. No worries, Was. What have you been drawing? We don't have to talk all of the time. We enjoyed having you here. Ooh. Ooh, you have 21k views. My damn. And just see your thing. I'm gonna make a new channel. How are we gonna call it? We're gonna call it book. Library. I have to look at the channels as well. Maybe add a few extra in it and do like some shoveling. I think you talked like about a few book recommendations. Sorry, that's not currently available in your region. Luckily, there's a lot of other stuff. I'm sorry. Spotify says... And I don't have a VPN. Yeah, I do have one, but I don't have one if you can change locations. Maybe I can find it on my Spotify. Can you like send the title? And I type it in my own. Is it the... So guys, I'm gonna leave it at here. If you guys wanna hang out in the... I am also really going to sleep, so I will say bye to Discord, but I have to turn off my brain before going to sleep. Luckily for me, I'm off tomorrow. Well, off. Normally, I'm free on Fridays, but I have some... don't have Audible. No, I don't have Audible. I read books. I don't listen to them. But I've been thinking about getting Audible because I have so much other hobbies that maybe I want to listen to books while I'm editing because I just can't read. I just read in the morning for like 30 minutes. But I have to turn off my brain first for a while before going to bed. So because it's like 11 o'clock here. Tomorrow I would be off, but I have a online meeting at 9, which is not too bad. It's not too early, but I'd rather be off than having a meeting. You know? Full day. Doing housework, dietitian, online meetings until like 11:30. Thanks. Yeah, just if you guys just post the books, that's nice. They can find them in either in their own language or in their bookstore. Guys, I'm gonna leave it at here. Thanks so much for hanging out today. I really appreciate it. I really do, and I really appreciate you all giving your thoughts about what we've been talking about. And remember that your thoughts and your opinions and how you stand in life are very important. And always believe in what you say and what you think. I think that's what I wanna Always believe in what you think and always believe what you feel. Never doubt your feelings. For now, I wish you a very great evening wherever you are. Or a great day if your day is still starting. Mine's done now. So I'm going to bed. I will be live next Sunday again, same time. And I will play some more Sly. And I think we're nearing the end of the game. I don't think we'll be finishing it yet. Because this chapter's pretty long. And then we have another chapter to go. But for now, very great evening. Thanks so much for hanging out. I really appreciate it. Again, I can't stress that enough how much I appreciate it, you guys being here. For now, very great evening, guys. Thanks so much for hanging out. Bye-bye.